Okay, guys, we're at 1825 Spruill Bridge Road in the little town of Cresswell, North Carolina. Because I'm from this area, I know a bit more about it than other places, but you know, I don't want to bore you with stuff because I think the videos, because I'm going to make a couple, possibly three, because I've already walked everything so I can get an idea of what's going on here. I don't want to bore you with too much, but the town of Cresswell is that way, which you'll get your directions here in a minute. When I turn around, you'll get an idea. Maybe a couple of miles. This is a small little town. You'll find a convenience store. I think there might be a little tiny coffee shop, maybe a little place to get some breakfast or something to eat, maybe. That's about it. Convenience store might be out there somewhere. If it is, it's a country kind of convenience store. It's not no name brand, I don't believe. But this is Spruill Road, and these are the neighbors across the road. Actually, property ends right there where you see that little blue sign or little blue post, okay? And we'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, no one's really on that side for a little ways down there, you know, no biggie. But you see the neighbors there, the brick home, double wide, and this looks like this is all that double wide's property, you know, because that might be a little house right there. It's hard to tell from here. But anyway, you see this here, it's mowed. And then it'll come around and you've got Spruill Road going around. Well, it goes nowhere. And basically, because we are out in the middle of farmland, it'll basically come back around and it'll hit a road over there. It comes back out to Spruill Bridge Road here. So, you know, but there's a lot of farmland. So you're going to get a little bit of traffic onto here. And maybe 3 or 4 miles that way, which is the lake, is that way is the Somerset Plantation, which is an old slave plantation. Because a lot of these canals in here were dug by slaves. And you're on a canal, which is right here at this curve. And I can't say it was dug by slaves, but you know, it's a nice canal. I've walked over there. But now to get a look at the property, and this is a modular home, okay? Here's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and here's the utility. Oh no, that's actually a garage. It's 26 by something, 36 or 32 or 42. I'm not even sure which. It's pretty good size in there, but that is only a 7.5 or something like that door. So you won't get something really tall in there, but still a nice workshop area. I'll show you that. And in the MLS, it's listed that blue sign, and then you see, can you see that chain link fence? I don't know. Let me zoom in here a little bit. There you go. That's part of that business they said they did where they were storing, they could store RVs back there. We'll get that. That's probably going to be on another video. Like I said, I haven't made up my mind yet if this is a 2 or a 3 video kind of thing. Okay. This property is supposedly on county water on the road. So you keep that in mind. There's a fire hydrant right there in front of the house, which is always a plus, right? I mean, you know, out here in the county. So you know we got the county water out here. Excuse me. And pretty big gravel rock area. And I'm going to include these 2 sheds with the house as part of the home property tour, okay? So we're going to go here to the left. And over here to the left is where my understanding is the mom/mom-in-law, who was early in dementia or something, wanted her own space still, so they set her up an RV. So you see all the rocks. So an RV can be parked here. And she lived in it for a while. It's a 50 amp hookup, okay, and the water, okay. And where you see that cinder block is actually where the septic would dump into. And it looks like however they parked it, they had a little area out front to step onto and with no grass or anything. This area, as in all areas of eastern North Carolina, look like this neighbor just came home there. So that is a home, okay? We are low land. I mean, we're getting closer to the ocean. The beach is 50 minutes maybe. So the water tables are high. We're in lower land, so you know, you dig down 3 or 4 feet and you might get water. You'll see the ditches around here are probably, you know, there'll be water in the ditches. And this is a AE flood zone, but the home that's currently here is up a ways and all that kind of stuff. you just have to get insurance, flood insurance. I hate that scares people a lot. If we don't, it's supposedly a 1%, you know, chance it'll ever flood. Well, not ever, and 1%, which is 1% in 100 years, one time in 100 years maybe. And then how much is that? You know, will it flood? But the property does noticeably, when you step onto it, kind of go down a little bit, and it levels off, and we'll talk more about that as we look at the rest of the property. But I'm going to go in the house before we venture into the storage spaces, and I'm going to show you the yard. I mean, nothing exceptional about the yard, just a nice yard, you know. Get it mowed, trim up some trees, whatever. Now the modular home was put here, and you can tell when it was originally put here, or maybe not originally, but they had a concrete entryway. You can see how it's trimmed out, and then they added on, it looks like, to make a small porch area, as you can see the boards, and maybe they put a roof on it then. I would assume so, since it stretches out on both sides, but which is really nice. It all is very sturdy. It's really pretty good shape. You walk directly into what I would call formal living, maybe. Okay, formal living, be whatever you want it to be, really. The ceiling's roughly 7.5 foot. They're not quite 8 foot. Trimmed around the floors. Looks like it's probably a laminate. Nicely done. You know, see a seam right there in the ceiling. That's the one thing I probably, you know, wouldn't like so much, but it still looks very nice. And so we keep our directions. Coming in that front door, directly to the right, coming in the front door. I should have talked. That's probably the formal dining. We'll get to that. But to the right is the entrance to the main, the master bedroom. Okay, and it does have an ensuite. It's a pretty good size room. You can easily have a king in the middle. Nightstands with room left over. They've got their walk-in closet here. It's got a light switch in here. Pretty standard, I would say. Okay. Nicely maintained. And here is the master bath. And don't ignore that fella in the mirror. He's just dressed up for Halloween, so ignore him. This looks to be a 4-foot shower. Okay, 2 seats in it for sitting. Pretty standard, you know, full surround. Double sinks. Ignore that monster, he's there again. What they call a garden tub. Excuse me. And the actual toilet and storage that they put in here, which is what I would have done. I think it was probably added because it looks like one of those block ones. Window to the outside. There we go. I mean, nothing wrong. Looks functional. Of course, it'd be a lot brighter in here if the windows were open and you know, curtains and stuff, but I understand places are locked up when people are not here. So we're going to go back out of here and into what was a formal living. And there was what I would call a formal dining, 2 windows out to the back. And what I call the kids' wing, because it's a 3-bedroom. And this room right here looks nice. But to me, it has, and there's a light in this closet. It's what I call a mini walk-in closet. You can step into it, and you could probably put something over here on the side to the left as you go in. It has a little bit of a cat smell, so that might be something to think about. But a good size room for a kid's room, and this one is a little bit smaller, but you know. As an adult, I've slept in smaller bedrooms. Okay. So, and then they also have a walk-in, which is actually probably a little bit bigger than the other one that's on the other side. But I don't see the switch for in here though Did I lose it somewhere? Maybe it's on the wall. There's a light bulb up there. Oh, you have to go behind it to turn on the light. Door's kind of swinging the wrong way then, if you ask me. But that's just me. Okay? Which could be an easy fix. You just switch it over. You know, so you can hit the switch when you walk in. Okay? And that's the kids' wing. You know, they've got their own bathroom, standard bathroom, 5-foot tub shower. All right? And your vanity. There's that monster again. All right. And this is looking forward, or not forward, to the other end. See, right there was the master bedroom and the front door. All right. What I would consider to be the formal dining. And then the kitchen. Nicely maintained. Nothing extra special from Mica tops. Pretty standard. Cabinets probably look like they've been painted. They're in pretty good shape, as I can tell. The view out to the backyard. Alrighty. Cook Island is in the center. Okay, which means there's power running through the floor somewhere. Your oven, probably a coffee bar, more counter space. And then there is a door to the outside, and we'll look at that in a minute. This is what I'm assuming is a pantry. Yes, it is. Basically like a closet, like a 5-foot, 5.5 foot maybe closet with space in there for your pantry. I don't know if I got that good enough for you or not. Didn't see a light in here. Nope, no light. But you see what they've done. Okay. And then over here would be like family dining or whatever. And I guess you'd call that a little buffet, but it's more counter space, you know, places to put out something, cabinets. Still seem to be in very nice order. And then you're coming to what I would consider to be the family room, probably where you'll hang out the most. And this does look to be a gas fireplace. Let's see here. And double windows to the side yard, which when you're living out, I don't see why you can keep them open all the time. There better not be anybody over there. But I'm trying to scan around so you get a look back view now to the kitchen, the formal dining. It's all one big long room, so it feels a lot more open than what even this video is showing. Air conditioning vent in the ceiling. I'm going to get another perspective of the fireplace from the opposite corner. Okay. Again, that's patio doors, but only one side open. So you got a window on the other side here, which could make it more open, but we'll go out there in a minute and you'll see that. Spinning back around, this door leading out is the laundry room. Okay. And in the laundry room is access to what kind of attic, whatever kind of attic you may have. But here's where the washer dryer would go. And the way the door opens, the way the washer dryer are, there's your box. There's some access, I would probably think, to the water back behind, because remember, back behind here is the either the master closet, no, not master closet, the master bathroom. There you go. And you could probably put some more storage here if you wanted. Okay, washer, dryer, and then the side door, which you see in the pictures, and we'll step out here. Just a step down. The creek is that way, and we'll go there. That's going to be in a different video. And this is just a step down to the side yard. And, you know, they've got a ditch here because, like I said, we're in a low area. So when this rains, you're going to have some water. It's going to drain through. And you can tell where they've tried to make little areas to drain areas. So, I mean, it's part of life around here. In some places, you just know when you rain, you're going to have some puddles of water in your yard. And what they've done is they've not dug, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just a little area you can tell that helps get the water to drain on off into the ditch. And we're at the front yard. And if you maybe, I'll step out so you can see how these steps are. I mean, if you wanted to, just, you know, you can come out and put your back, you put your clothes on if you're into that anywhere out here. Let's go back in. Of course, this was added on after the home was here. All right, we'll step back in. I heard that door close on me. There we go. And Which means I guess you could park on this side if you put in the right amount of rock and stuff to come into your home. If you wanted to put a carport or garage on this side, that, you know, it's all optional. Because right now everything's on that end, that far end. You know, your groceries are coming from that way. Okay. Now we're going to step out here. They've added a room onto the back, but it's not a true room. It's not even what I call a 3-season room. It has no insulation in it. You know, we've got 4x4 posts running up, you know, for the walls. I think it's just a room to keep you out of the weather. If you want to come out here on a nice fall day like today, it's nice out here, you know, or a nice spring day. You know, it would be easy to, you know, wire in a couple of fans just to keep some breeze going out here on even warmer days or something, or even put a small little heater out here just to get the nip off so you can hang out here a little bit longer if you wanted to. Obviously, they had a dog. Okay, there's a doggy door. And maybe this was the dog's room. Who knows? But it is a room. And it's just nicely done, actually. Yep, there's another. I didn't notice that on the inside. There's another little doggy door. So there's doggy doors if you have a dog. And not a lot to be said about this room. Just an extra little room to have whatever. It does go out on a deck, which you can tell they made for their dog, which must have been a little thing. Okay, because you come out on the deck. And as I understand, and I did come out here and kind of measure it off, but this deck is 12 feet wide and goes out about, they said 17 feet. It's kind of odd, but anyway, maybe it's just the way it came out. And they've got this little fence up around it, like keeping their little dog. Their dog could come out. Oh, look at his dog's even got a little entry roof. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't know if this thing here is staying or not. I wouldn't count on it because this is fabric. It'll be gone in a couple of years anyway. And, you know, but it's an open deck except for one thing. Okay. And it's a deck. I know obviously they have for their pet so the pet can get outside, is that this is covered. And this is where the grill has been, which they actually have one here right now. I'm 6 foot and this right here is about an inch or two above my head. Okay, so, but that's that. In between them, I'm fine. There's room out here, you know, to grill out of the weather. If it starts raining, it's open. It looks like they even put a shelf up here to put some stuff. But anyway, we got a scrubber right there. We came out the back, and there's a little bridge here across this ditch, which that path ends at the canal. Okay, it's a canal. Canals mean they were man-made. Creek means it's God-made. Well, everything's God-made. But anyway, and that little ditch there beside it, and we'll walk that. That's another video. Coming outside, and step down, and for them, this must have been their little dog's, you know, actual maybe poopy area, or just an area to get out in the grass. Obviously, they cared about their pet. They are part of the family. And this is a little neat addition. It's kind of cool. My understanding is it's all solar wired. So those lights come on at night. They got their own built-in batteries. I guess you'd have to replace them if they went out. This rock is here. I mean, a little bit of Roundup in this area would always keep this clear, or put you some pebble stones on here to make it a little bit easier walkable. My understanding they had grandkids or something, and that's what these were for. But let your creative mind go. These are grain bins, just kind of chopped down and put here. Nothing special done on the insides, just a grain bin. You know, they did put that there. And another one here. They cut the window open here to get through there, which is a nice little thing, you know, a bar in here, you know, put your outside pool in, turn that, I don't know, all kinds of things, you know, step into here and step out. Now, we'll go look at the barn and then the shed, and you can see the confines of how this piece of property is set up. Pretty big yard, and you know, you'll take you a little while to mow it. just for this, okay? And then we'll venture on into the woods a little bit, and we'll go from there. Since I'm here at it, let's go to the shed. That's really what it is. There's a shed. Again, they've got solar lights on the outside, so this place lights up at night, or maybe it looks like it's got this motion sensor, so it probably comes on and off as you walk around. 3 bays, you know, not quite 8 foot. I don't even think it might be 6.5 foot between. I didn't look at the size of those on the paper. But you can get some equipment in here, you know, easily. And they've really got it sturdily built. These are 6x6s, you know. And it doesn't go very high. Maybe, again, 7.5 or 8 foot, maybe. This is a sturdy building, no doubt. Yeah, I was just looking to see. They've got 2x on the side. I don't believe it's going to go anywhere, which to me says you maybe could put in an extra board and cut out a post and have a wide area. But I mean, there's so many options out here. That's probably what I'm going to call this property, the option property. There's just so many options, and it's a metal siding on it, so it's set to go for a few years. Again, here's this situation, you know, where they've got a little rocked, and it probably gets low in here. When it rains, it wants to sit. Doesn't mean it floods. So they've diverted it, so it will go down, and obviously it's draining out, you know, because they want to be able to use it and not wait for it to dry up forever, you know. But now we're going to go to the shop. The air conditioner doesn't look like it's new at all. It's older, obviously. Okay, and they like their pet to get inside here too, because there's a little door, and we'll go into the shop. Pretty simple shop. What we call a pole building, concrete floor. And you see this building is not as sturdy as the shed, in my opinion. They got the metal trusses with purlins, and then the top. But they've gone every 8 foot, which is standard building, or it looks like every 8 foot. Hell, that might be 10 foot. I'm not sure. Not important. And then they've added all this, shelves. And this building, as I understand, is wired. Yep, you can see it. It's got power going into here. It's got its own box over there too. A couple windows out front, let in some lights, and windows on the side. This garage door, I don't know if it's functioning. I don't want to mess with it right now. It looks like it's coming out a little bit down there for some reason, and I don't want to chance it, but it's here. Looks like some more garage door panels. More area for storage. Alrighty. And pretty simple garage, you know. This fella's got him a fan out here. He liked to work out here, obviously. I'm curious. Nope, not on, but then again, I haven't tried to turn on any power. Looks like we got a 240 plug-in out here. And I ain't got my glasses on. I can't tell what amperage this box is, but pretty good shop. Concrete all the way back. No problem. There's even room. They've done this a little bit differently. There's no post in the middle here anywhere. It's just all bolted on to the concrete. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that they did it differently here. They didn't put the pole in the middle, which if you wanted to put in a taller, wider door, it would be easy to do it. But because up to there is probably 10 foot to that truss where you see that flag hanging. Might be right at 10 foot. So get the right door in here, you can get something with a little bit of height in here. Okay, so now we're going to step back out. And this, I think, is going to be the end of the tour of the home. Property is going to be one video, but it's going to be in little cuts and snaps. just because I can't talk for however long I'll be walking. But we're back out front just to get you an idea of where we're back. And that's where the RV was parked. There's the home. They got their flagpole. A little higher up here than it is back there. Curve goes around, but that's your property down there on that curve. And actually a little bit past the curve. It goes to a little point. So with that, this is the end of the video of 1825 Spruill Bridge Road, the home. Okay, I'm gonna start the part on the property next.